the Home Archivist, Preserving Born Digital Photos. So what does born digital mean? Born digital refers to materials that originate in a digital form. If you have ever taken a picture with a digital camera or a cell phone, and chances are you have, then you've created born digital photos. Here I'm contrasting the cell phone or a device that's digital with a film camera or an analog device. In other words, the photos that are produced as a result of using the film camera have originated in a non-digital format. Now, I don't want you to confuse the term born digital with digitizing or digital reformatting. I talked about this in my previous webinar. Digitizing or digital reformatting is making a digital copy of analog or physical paper material by scanning it. So if you take a physical photographic print that was made by using a film camera and scan it, you've made a digital copy that now exists on your computer. But if you take a picture using your cell phone, you've made a born digital image that only exists on your phone. There's no physical equivalent. That's what I'll be talking about today, what to do with all those born digital photos, because they can be preserved just like print photos can. Now, before we get into that, I just want to share some statistics about digital photography. This pie chart shows that of the 1.43 trillion digital photos taken worldwide in 2020, 91% of those photos were taken with cell phones. Only a very small amount with digital cameras and even less with tablets. The reason for this is sort of obvious. Almost everyone has a cell phone. They're usually with us at all times, and all cell phones, not just smartphones, take pictures. That's a lot of born digital photos that need our attention. I want to emphasize why it's just as important to preserve physical or analog photos as it is to preserve born digital ones. Here are two damaged photos. The one on the left is obviously a print. As you can see, there's extensive damage, spots, holes, pieces missing. It's all curled up on the edges, but essentially the print is still viewable. You can figure out what the image is despite the damage. You don't need special equipment to view it. And as long as you take care of it now, by properly storing it, for instance, you know this physical photograph will last for a very long time. The digital photo on the right, probably taken with a digital camera, is also damaged. But in this case, you can't figure out what's in the rest of the image just by looking at it. That's because you need special equipment or technology in order to view digital photos. And since it's born digital, there's no original print version to compare it to. All digital media faces the risk of becoming inaccessible and unreadable. Files can become corrupted or even deleted due to computer crashes and software and hardware changes or failure. That's why you need a preservation plan in place to ensure that your born digital photos last as long as your print ones. Here are the steps you can take in your born digital preservation plan. First, you want to identify and gather up your digital images. Then select which ones you want to preserve. You'll organize them in folders on your computer so they're easy to find. And finally, make copies and backup to different storage media. First, figure out where all your digital images live. Are they taking up space on your phone? Are they on your digital camera's memory card waiting to be transferred to your computer? Or have you uploaded them to social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or Flickr? After you've determined where your born digital photos are, it's time to decide which ones you want to keep. Ask yourself, if all of your electronic devices crashed tomorrow, which images would you most regret losing? While culling through your digital memories, eliminate duplicates. Only keep the images with the highest resolution or best visual quality. Then copy or offload them to your computer and you're ready for the next step, which is to organize your digital image files so that you know what they are and you can find particular images easily. You'll want to set up some folders on your computer so that when you offload your images from your camera or phone, they have a place to go. Group images by subject, like family vacations, for instance, or by date or person, whatever works for you. Image files from a camera or phone don't have descriptive file names, so rename the file to reflect what's in the photo. You can also add more description or metadata for each file. The next few slides, I'll show you how you can do this. I'm demonstrating this on the C drive of my computer under Documents. As you can see, I created a main folder called Digital Photos. And under that main folder, I have a subfolder called Flowers 2021. Of course, you'll have many more folders and files than this. I uploaded this photo from my phone, but the name isn't descriptive. It's just the generic name my iPhone produces. Now you'll want to change that. So you can either right-click and select Rename, or click on the name until the words turn blue, as you can see here. Then rename with something more descriptive. Now, if you want to add more information or metadata that won't fit in the name of the file, right-click the name of the photo or the photo itself, and this box will pop up. Scroll down and select Properties. Under Properties, select Details. And then you could add tags or a description here. Now back to the final step. You want to make sure you back up your Born digital photos. Because of their very nature, that they only exist in digital form, this is especially important. You can follow the 3-2-1 rule. Make 3 copies, just in case one of the backups fails. Your computer's hard drive can count as 1 copy. Use 2 different types of storage media, like external hard drives and cloud storage. These would be copies 2 and 3. Think about storing 1 copy in a different location, such as a relative's house, just in case a physical disaster occurs and destroys the backup copies you have in your own home. External hard drives are relatively inexpensive and can hold a lot of data. You'll probably want to offload your images to your computer first, where your folders are already ready and organized, and then copy over to the external hard drive. With cloud storage, like Amazon Photos, Google Photos, and Dropbox, to name a few, you can back up the digital files from your computer or directly from your phone using an app. Since the vast majority of Born digital photos are taken with our phones, this is probably the method you'll use. Just make sure to adjust your phone's battery-saving features in order for the app to upload in the background. Otherwise, it will only upload when the app is open. And make sure it continuously backs up to capture all the new photos you take. But keep in mind that you'll still want to periodically offload these new photos from your phone to your computer and external hard drive to ensure that you always have backup copies of your digital images on all of your storage media. Some of the places where you'll probably find a lot of your Born digital photos are social media platforms. Sometimes these are the only places where your Born digital photos exist if you accidentally deleted the originals from your phone or computer. But these sites are designed for sharing, not archiving. They don't take responsibility for backing up your data. You have to be a proactive archivist and preserve the digital data yourself. If the platform changes or limits access, your photos could be lost. You don't want that to happen, so you should know how to download your data. It's recommended that casual users download data every 6 to 12 months and active users every 3 to 6 months, but it really all depends on how often you're posting pictures to these sites. Now I'm going to show a couple examples of how to do this with Facebook and Instagram. While on Facebook, and I'm demonstrating using the desktop version, not the mobile app, click the arrow in the upper right corner. A drop-down menu will appear and you'll click on Settings and Privacy. Under Settings, you'll select Your Facebook Information. Now you can do one of 2 things. You can transfer a copy of your photos and other data to cloud storage, or download your photos and other data to your computer. If you choose to simply transfer a copy, select what you want to copy over. In this case, it's only the photos. Then you'll choose the destination. A box will pop up with only these 4 choices. So as you can see, transferring a copy is a limited option. If you want to download your data, you can select exactly what you want to include in your data request. You can also select other options, including the format of your download requests, the quality of the photos, videos, and other media, as well as a specific date range of information. Now, this would be helpful if you already downloaded data and have since added more to Facebook and need to download again. Once you made your selections, click Create File to confirm the download request. Your request will appear as pending in the Available Copies section. Now, it may take several days to finish preparing. Once it's finished, Facebook sends a notification letting you know it's ready. Again, go to the Available Copies section, click Download, and enter your Facebook password. Your downloaded data will be in the form of a compressed or zip file that will need to be extracted. If you're not sure how to do that, Google extracting zip files or words to that effect. Once the file has been extracted, you'll navigate to the Photos folder, decide what to keep, rename the files, and make sure you make backup copies on your external hard drive and cloud storage. Instagram is a little different. You may already be familiar with this option I'm showing you here. You can save the original photos and videos you take with the Instagram app to your camera roll. If your phone's camera roll, sorry. If you use this feature, the original unedited photos you take in the app will automatically be saved to your phone. This makes it easier to back them up to a cloud storage app that's already on your phone. So first you go to your account page, you click on the 3 bars in the upper right corner, you go to Settings. Under Settings, you click on Account. Under Account, you click on Original Photos, and then make sure that this switch is toggled on. Now, every unedited photo you take in the app will be saved to your phone. However, if you're the type of person who likes to use filters and make edits on your Instagram photos and would like to retain those images, or you don't want to take up storage space on your phone with more photos, then use the Download Data option. To download your photos, go to your account page, click on the 3 bars in the upper right corner, click on Settings. Under Settings, click Security. Under Security, click Download Data. Make sure your email address is correct. Then click Request Download. Instagram will send you an email with your data within 48 hours. Like Facebook, it will be in the form of a compressed or zip file that you'll have to extract and open up on your computer. Then you'll navigate to the Photos folder, decide what you want to keep, rename the files, and make sure you make backup copies on all your storage media. After you've identified, selected, organized, and backed up all the Born Digital photos you have in your cell phone, on your digital camera, and even on social media platforms, you can't sit back and expect these photos to take care of themselves. Digital preservation requires active, ongoing maintenance in order to ensure that your digital memories stay accessible and readable. So check your media storage annually. Open up a few random files on your computer and your external hard drives to make sure they are still accessible. Ensure that the cloud storage apps you use continuously back up any new photos you take. And be aware of any policy or access changes to on the cloud storage app. The same goes for any changes announced on social media platforms. Refresh your digital storage every 3 to 5 years. Copy all your files to new media, this is known as migration, to mitigate the risks of aging technology. External hard drives don't last forever, and before they fail and affect your saved photos, replace them with newer models. Refreshing storage media also allows you to take advantage of increased storage capacity and hardware improvements. Finally, keep track of where all your backups are. Which cloud storage did you use? Where are your external hard drives physically located? This kind of information is helpful for when someone needs to take over digital maintenance for you. If you do happen to discover corrupted files while checking your computer or external hard drive, don't panic. There are different reasons why files become corrupted and unreadable. In a lot of cases, you can repair and restore those files yourself by trying some of these methods. First, you can try restoring from one of your backups. If the file is corrupted on your computer hard drive, for example, see if it's readable on your backup external hard drive or cloud storage. You can also try converting the file to another format. Your file is more than likely a JPEG, but you can use a free online converter tool to save it as another image format and see if it will open that way. You can also try renaming the file. Save the JPEG with a new file name and then try reopening it. Another method is to open the corrupted file in Microsoft Paint. This is also known as Paint 3D in Windows 10. And if you use a Windows computer as opposed to a Mac, then you already have access to this program. If the file opens up fine in this program, then rename it, save it, and try to view it again. Finally, you can try to download the file again from the original source. If the photo is still on your phone, copy or offload it onto your computer and see if it opens properly. If these methods don't work, there are a few more you can try, but I'm not going to get into them here because they're a little bit more technical. So you can always Google repairing corrupted JPEGs or words to that effect. I would like to just end this program by reiterating something I've mentioned in the 2 previous webinars about photo preservation. Whether you're dealing with physical photographic prints or born digital images, preserving your photos is a process that takes time and energy on your part. It may seem overwhelming, especially if you have a lot of born digital photos you would like to preserve and maintain, but it's well worth whatever level of commitment you want to give. If you follow the steps of the preservation plan I laid out and keep up with digital maintenance, your digital memories can last for generations. I just want to thank you for joining me for today's program. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions, please contact us via email at localhistory@plfdpl.info or by phone at 908-757-1111, extension 136. You can find us online at www.plainfieldlibrary.info. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, where you will be able to view a recording of this program along with all previous local history department programs, excuse me. Thank you again.